Hey, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to Solana Made Simple. I'm SMS, your host, and I want to thank you for all of your support. And if you like the content you see here, please head over and subscribe to the channel and give it a like. It means a lot and it does help out. Yo, what's going on, guys? I hope that worked out good. I hope you guys can hear me. I just thought about that this morning. I was like, wait, I think I can play a little intro, John. So hopefully everything kind of came out good. We'll check back on that and see what it looks like. But yeah, guys, welcome to the show. This is Solana Made Simple Live. Thank you for all of your support. Looks like it did work out pretty good. But yeah, if you guys want to come up, be part of the conversation today, just let me know. I can just add you on here, just like Spaces. And if you guys don't want to dox yourself or have your pretty little faces up, you can just simply do this shit. Just make sure you guys stay on topic and stay with the conversation that we're having and stuff like that. Main thing we do here is look at prices. We look at price action, take a look at charts, take a look at NFTs, and we take a look at the news and see what's going on. I try to share with you all the kind of value and things that I see in the space, the opportunity, all that kind of good shit. But I have a couple of announcements that I wanted to make today and have a celebratory joint for that. But we'll get to that later on in the show. But again, if it's your first time here, I really do thank you so much for your support. If you're coming back day to day, it means a lot. It's Monday through Friday, 10 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. Make sure we stick to that. Some days will be a little bit later, but I'll let you know as soon as I know that I'm going to be late. But typically, I'm pretty good with punctuation and yeah, showing the fuck up. That's pretty easy for me. But anyway, guys, we're going to get into it. I'm going to just pull up some of the news and headlines that I saw today. If you guys don't subscribe to Beat Broker, you're definitely missing out. I use his Substack and his email for all of my update. Oh, by the way, I made these yesterday. These are a bunch of stained white t-shirts I had. I did a bunch of them fucking shirts over there. But anyway, I what's it called? I tie-dyed them all. And this one came out all right. I really don't care. It looked cool. Anyway, let me get this up here and we'll start sharing that with you guys. Oh, something that was pretty cool yesterday. I was able to catch part of it. David Gokhshtein and Dahlia with G Media, they had Tyrese on their show and they were talking about, everything under the sun that you could imagine. You guys should definitely check that out. Go to David Gokhshtein or Dahlia's page and you'll be able to find a link or something like that. But it was pretty cool to see that and just kind of see this world come together. I remember last year when I got with G Media, one of the first conversations in space I got into was with Anderson Silva, and I got to ask him some questions about fighting, when to, throw it in the tower, when to, I don't know, call it a wrap. But it was pretty cool. It's on my YouTube channel, but let me see if I can get this up here, share the screen. That didn't work. There we go. Damn, I was going to share something with you guys, but I completely forgot. All right, let's see what we got. All right, crypto chaos ensues as luxury brands and NICE collide with Bitcoin resurgence. Let me actually share the screen so you guys can see it. That'd be cool. Bang. All right. And again, guys, it's bbroker.substack.com. Make sure you guys follow him. I definitely am very grateful that he puts this together because I don't have to wake up and do it anymore, or I don't have to even really scour the internet. This guy really covers a lot of good stuff that applies to what we're doing in this space, in this little niche. That's what I was going to say. Fuck, let's go back to that real quick. All right, my bad. We'll get back to the article. So one thing I've been noticing in this space, and I've had some people kind of say that you're boxing yourself in with Solana Made Simple. Well, the reason I did that is I'm a very, very strong on being a specialist in a skill or in an art form, a hobby, a whatever the fuck you want to call it, a trade. But having a very specialized skill, you can be good at a lot of different things. But if you're really, really fucking good at this one thing, be really fucking good at that one thing. Be aware of everything else. It doesn't mean you need to, put everything into that. But if Solana's your shit and you understand how Solana works and you understand the landscape and projects, everything, why would you start to dip your toes and start stepping away from there? There's nothing leaving Solana. The value's not going away just because there's a lot of attention on other things. It does not mean that people are going to go there. There's going to be a large majority of people that do the same thing they did with Ethereum that they're going to do on Bitcoin. They're going to say, wait, this is too much fees. I'm wasting money just doing this. Sometimes they get front run and fucks up. There is going to have that happen. There is the argument for the longevity and all of the benefits on Bitcoin. I see that 100%. I get it. But I don't think that people that there's a lot of people on here basically saying like, you know, you need to come over here. This is where it's going. You're right. There are people, there is liquidity going over there, but there is not people leaving Solana. Like people on Solana are dipping their toes into Bitcoin. Me specifically, I still have not touched it. My exposure comes through pups through runes. I got a little bit of Bitcoin, but you know, the upside on Bitcoin isn't there where I see it in a lot of other things. We've talked about that before, but that's not the point. My point. The fact that Bitcoin's in every headline, the fees are going up, it just all of that kind of stuff, they're coming back down. There's volatility in it. You're going to get people that are like me that are like, wait a second, let this shit just figure your shit out before I start jumping in there. Because I saw a lot of people buy runes at 0.08 BTC and they're like 0.025 or something like that last I checked. We're going to look at that too. But people's argument is, well, we're going to get airdrops. We're going to get airdrops. There's very few times that somebody has promised an airdrop that's going to pay for the price of the NFT or cover that cost. Very few fucking people do that because that's stupid. It doesn't always work that way. Mad Lads were pretty fortunate that depending on when you bought, some of those airdrops would cover it. I remember when Transdimensional Foxes had something set up like that too. Or not Transdimensional Foxes, the famous Fox Federation. They had something where the dens were airdropped. Those basically paid for everybody's entrance or their initials. So there are situations where that comes up, but it's not something that you should bank on. So when somebody's kind of saying like buy this for the potential airdrops, what happens if something fucks up? What happens if the price just fucking completely gets cut? What happens if anything fucking happens? You're literally gambling on that one. There are sure bets. There are builders. There are people that are like here day after day after day. I know that dude Casey that's running the show over there is doing amazing things. I'm just saying, don't get too skewed on, I need to get all the way over here. Because like I saw myself almost rushing to do shit like that. And I think I bookmarked this guy's post that was like, #1 rule, do not rush to your wallet to try to get into something. Like I watched so many people doing this and I just sit back, literally smoking my joint, just like, I'm not touching the shit. Like, I just want to go see what other people are doing. And that's when I actually made my first initial strike into bread because I was like, well, there's really nobody talking about this. The price has come down. I made maybe what, 15 or something percent on that, but it's a longer term hold. There's other things out there. I don't know. The main thing is be a specialist in what you do. If you're doing art, don't try to like start doing something else. If you're writing, don't start recording. If you're recording, don't go over and start writing. Like focus on what you're doing and get really fucking good at that. For me, an example is I went so fucking headstrong on running spaces that I forgot to do content. I forgot to build my YouTube channel and start reaching these other platforms and see the best ways to grow and capitalize on that. Once I kind of saw that I was getting lost in the sauce, I kind of had to take a step back and realize what I was doing. I was doing more for other people, which is good, but like I really wasn't doing much for myself at that point. There's nothing coming back at that point. Like the projects weren't coming back. They weren't giving me anything. They weren't helping me out at all. They were like, oh, thanks for having us up here. And I mean, I'd see their floor price run up. I'd see the sales go up. I'd see a direct correlation of them coming onto the show. That's why I stopped. Bottom line, I was just like, there's no reciprocity here. Like it's not coming back the way that it should. So I want to talk about things that benefit people. You can do your own research and buy your own shit. And if you have a project, I've had to tell my friends, yo, run your own space, bro. Like the best advice I can give you if you're trying to market, sell, or start a company, fucking represent it yourself. Getting other people to do it, you better make sure that you take care of them so they feel like they're part of it or that it's worth their time and their value. I'm just saying that right now. Like you'll run into a problem if you don't do that. And it's not like you're doing anything wrong. It's just, bro, you got to represent yourself. You got to show up for yourself. And if you're not good at talking to people, do it more. Whatever you suck at, do more of that thing and stop asking other people to do it for you and not taking care of them. Not going to happen that way. So let me get into that next point. I'm pretty fortunate for this opportunity. There was somebody that approached me with a job offer to be an ambassador and represent the company and share all the good stuff they have. And I took a ton of notes yesterday during the call. That looks something like this. It's kind of crazy, but I'm pretty pumped about it. You know, another guy that just recently got put on their team. I think me and him are the only two on there right now, but they're working with people that have been grinding, putting the work in, and being in the trenches, so to speak. So let me get this up here for you guys to see. I want you to see the page, and we'll get into the what I'll be doing for them. I won't go too in depth with like a breakdown, but I definitely want you guys to be aware of this and see what we got cooking because I'm going to do everything I can to help you. These guys really understand reciprocity. They understand people that are like me that are trying to make this a full-time thing and make it profitable and positive all over. But SoulGrid Bot is AI trading bot tools for Solana for SBL tokens and AI sports betting picks. They have a 75% hit rate. And the other person I was talking about is Diamond Marquis. You guys probably know of him. He hosts the Cookout, does a bunch of spaces, all that shit. But he is the other ambassador, or I think so, right here. Announced they officially started a new role over at SoulGrid. It'll be working closely with their amazing team to expand the market and their innovative products. So there's a lot of things that go into that. I'm not going to touch into it too deep. I just want to put this on your radar. There will be things coming out with this, but if you are not into sports betting and you have no idea how to fucking do it, welcome to the club. I'm in the same fucking boat as you, and I'm gonna learn. I tried to do this with another guy, but he fucking rugged everybody. He hasn't shown up, and I'm sure he has an excuse. But literally, after I saw Slurf burn $10 million and come back, make it right, and like apologize and show face, anybody that says that they're going through a hard time, you're just a pussy and you don't want to face it. $10 million is very fucking significant. So if you're just saying like, oh, I'm having a hard time, bro, you weren't made out for this shit. Just go rug somebody else. That's literally what you're doing, and you're using an excuse. Bottom line, if you have a failed project, that's fine too. Just fucking own it. Don't just disappear like a bitch. And I don't know. Maybe that's just me. Anyway, SoulGrid, they're here. These guys have shown up. They have, worked with projects in the past. They've had success. They got some pretty amazing shit that they got with the sports betting. They make it pretty simple. It's either in your server or it's going to be in a not Discord. What the fuck is this shit called? Telegram. Yeah, your server or Telegram. I'm going to make a wallet. I'm going to load it up probably with like 5 Sol or something like that. And I'm going to use specifically everything that this tool has. It'll be part of this show. It'll be a segment where like towards the end of it, after we get through all of the news and all that kind of shit, we're going to go into that, take a look at the picks, see what we got, if anything for that day, maybe later in the week. But that'll be something where if you guys are into sports or not into sports, or you're just curious and you want to get into this will be a great time for you to do that. It's not financial advice. You're doing all your own fucking research, and it's your money to lose or win. Not mine. I have nothing to do with that. I just want to show you what I'm doing here. And if you guys want to pick up what I'm putting down, be my guest. But this is pretty fucking amazing. And, I made the time for him. I was pretty busy yesterday, but he was like, hey, if you got a couple minutes or whatever, if you want to get up later, I was like, you know what? Strike while the iron's hot. Let's go with this. And the offer that they gave me, dude, like, all right, just look at this right here. Compare that to a Sharkify. I'm not kidding you. It's 12 times the offer that Sharky offered me. And look at the size. Look at what they're willing to do. Look at how they perceive value. Look at that as a model. Like, all right, so this company, this is coming out, is giving 2 people that have been grinding consistently for 2 years or so an opportunity of a lifetime, which is 12x. I'm assuming it's pretty similar to fucking my partner now. That a company that makes millions is willing to give. I'm not fucking kidding. I'm not kidding. Maybe more, maybe less. You guys can do whatever you want to with that. My point is, just look at that shit. It is insane. Bonkers used Restream last night and learned how it works. Yo, hell yeah, Bonkers. I'm glad you got that going on. Make sure you hit me up, bro. I'll jump on a stream with you and have a conversation. But yeah, if you guys ever want to be part of that kind of stuff, or if you need like a walkthrough, I'll go ahead and jump through this. I don't care about making mistakes and making myself look like an idiot to make sure we get this shit down. Happy to hear that though, but I needed to share that with you guys because I was pretty fucking proud about it. And it's just dope. But let's get back to the news here. I just wanted to share that. But SoulGrid, guys, make sure you guys give them a follow. It means a lot to me. It's going to mean a lot to all of us. And hopefully we can show you how the tools work, and you can start printing with us over there. 75% hit rate's better than your meme coins. Just saying that. And if you went on, I wonder, oh man, I wish there were one here. I want to go back and see if they picked Ryan or Devin Haney for that fight. That'll be a good one. All right. Let's see what we got. Summary, delay in note coin. Don't really care about that. Don't care about that. Louis Vuitton releases. I don't care about that. Magic Eden launches Room platform to simplify Bitcoin-based token trading. All right. We'll go ahead and take a look at this because it's not that fucking simple. I mean, it is kind of, but it's still kind of weird. All right, so you click on runes, you click on select a rune or whatever, and then you click on this one. Now, if you're comfortable trading this just off of this, and that's cool. But for me, I'm like, what am I doing here? So if I want 2,000 of these things, it's going to cost me $169 on top of $6,220 for an average price of $3.03 for one Satoshi Nakamoto, or for 4,800 Satoshis. I don't know what I'm looking at or I'm talking about. So I know that, I mean, I own some of these things. I know I got to connect to a different one. I understand how this whole works, but like, this is it's going to be a learning curve. What I think is going to happen is there's going to be a shit ton of people that are in early to get this shit down. Then I think there's going to be a lot of other people who are like, what the fuck is all this shit going on here? So study, do what you got to do. I will say this: if you fade runes and people tell you that you're not going to make it, I don't believe them, and I don't think that's true at all, because there's other sectors where people don't even own cryptocurrency or multimillionaires. So if anybody says that you can't make it because you're not buying what they're buying, that's fucking stupid. That's like saying, never mind. You get the idea. It's baffling that people think that. I know that there's money coming in here. There's fucking liquidity coming in here. It's not a joke. Even Magic Eden, like, look at this. Let's go learn more. This is insane that they basically are shitting on everything else, saying, look, don't buy anything else. It could just be deleted. It could go away. And they're not wrong on that, but it's let's see. Runes could offer more security and a reliable platform for token creation and transactions by using the UTXO for on-chain data storage. It inherits the security model of Bitcoin for stronger safety features and reduced risk of security holes, aka vulnerabilities. More resistant to reorganizations, which are when Bitcoin network has to choose between two versions of its transaction history. Yeah. You probably don't care about that. Bottom line is, like, with Solana NFTs, it's only saved on a URL. If that server goes down, or if it's seized, or if something happens, like you lose your NFT, if they quit, you lose all of that. You lose the crypto. They can just go. With Bitcoin, they cannot do that. Like, it's in there. It's there forever. Like, you got your value. It's a matter of the supply and demand. Bottom line, it does not go. There's nothing else that happens that can really fuck with that. I guess if like there was a rolling blackout across the entire world or something like that, could probably. But this is a pretty short read, so let me close this up real quick for you, and I want to open up the other one. So give me a second to kind of switch gears up for you guys. You should be able to. Let me just close this fucking thing. All right. You should be able to hear me pretty good on this one. And let me just double check with my phone because I don't trust it. You should be able to hear. Whoa. The Bluetooth is still set up. All right. So that should be rocking out pretty good. Here. Share this tab. All right, everything's good there.
You've probably heard of Bitcoin, but have you heard of ordinals? You've probably heard of Bitcoin, but have you heard of ordinals? They're changing everything we know about NFTs. What are they, and why is everyone talking about them? Ordinals are a brand new way to look at the Bitcoin network that allows for all kinds of data, like text, audio, video, or JPEGs of your favorite piece of art, to live on the blockchain. Sounds a lot like NFTs on other chains, right? Ordinals actually totally changes digital collectibles. allowing information to be securely stored directly in Bitcoin blocks forever. When you purchase an NFT on another chain, all you are really getting is a URL that points to a JPEG stored on someone else's computer. The image can even be taken down, or the domain your NFT points to could get seized. It's not too fun owning a broken image link. Luckily, Bitcoin fixes all of that. Created by former Bitcoin Core contributor Casey Roddenmore, the Ordinals protocol is a convention for numbering and transferring individual Satoshis on the Bitcoin network, effectively enabling Bitcoin native on-chain NFTs. So how does it work? What even is an ordinal? What's an inscription? Come back next episode as Bitcoin Magazine EDU and Magic Eden present Ordinals Explained, dedicated to illustrating and explaining the amazing.
All right, so that's that. Let me go ahead and bring this back up real quick. Give me a second. All right, so that probably helped some of you guys out and understand a little bit more about Bitcoin and ordinals and all that kind of stuff. But the only thing about that is it really kind of puts a light on the rest of NFTs, like they kind of shit. Honestly, like after hearing that, I was even like, should I own anything else at this point? Like I really had to think about it. I don't think I'm going to completely switch gears up, but it did have me think more about what we're doing over here on Solana. And like I've heard Chris talk about it before, that like, hey, and if they don't pay the rent or if they stop paying, you lose everything. Like all of this shit goes away. So that had me think, what are we doing here? What happens if somebody decides to, or a group of people decide to like stop this shit? And like, you know what I mean? There's a lot that could go wrong with that end. So it's something to keep into consideration. Seeing how a lot of projects did go over to ordinals, like you had Meerkats were one of the first ones who went over there, the D-Gods went over, and tons of them. But those are the first two that came up in my mind. But if they, just did away with their collection on Solana, it would be there on Bitcoin forever. Like you don't even need to do anything. The collection, the art, the premise, the idea of Bitcoin or from crypto, like it's there, right? Like it's about supply and demand. It's about what you think it's worth. The same as like if I tried to sell you this piece of art right here, not that one, this one, and I said this is worth X amount of dollars. Like it doesn't need an ecosystem. It doesn't need anything. It just needs that perceived value and it to be there. If you pull the plug on Solana and it goes down, you don't have that. If you can't do that with Bitcoin unless there's no power, right? So that really, really like it kind of changed my thought on like what this is going on, or at least opened my eyes. And I'm open to more conversations. I want to have more conversations about it, but I don't want to have the "you're a fucking idiot, it's Solana" conversation, because that is not going to help anybody. I want to have the conversation of like, all right, so what does Solana need for that? Is it like the fire? Like, is it ever a possibility, or does it never exist? Does the bridge with like what Pups is doing to go over to Solana, to Bitcoin, to have that bridge, is that what we need for people that choose to, say, hey, for life, I want this here, I want to be part of this? Like, is that what you should do? So there's a lot of things you should think about, but that is definitely the bottom line. What's the benefit of having Bitcoin NFTs or ordinals? That it goes no further at all. Like it just doesn't. And your argument of the fees, like that becomes null and void. I'm willing to pay a fee for some trades if I know it's there forever. That 100% makes sense to me. The fees on Ethereum, maybe not as much. Now, Solana, the scalability is great, but like it just has to have that question: what happens if the plug's pulled, or what happens if somebody turns off the system? You know, resets the game. I'm not the fucking most smartest technological person when it comes to blockchain technology. I'm learning as much as I can, but these are questions I have. And to see these up, like this huge increase and everything else Bitcoin related and getting on these different exchanges, I am looking at it like, there's got to be something deeper than this. We need to look into this more, at least keep paying attention. But again, I'm still not going to stray away from my thesis on being a specialist in your area, but be willing to learn and be open for other things. With that being said, we're going to get back into this. Bullish cryptocurrency market boost NFT trading volumes. Love Power Marketplace aims to support young artists in NFT trading. Okay, we had fucking 16, 12-year-olds trading last cycle, so and they were making art too. Some of those dudes were making more than their parents, so I don't know if you need a marketplace just for that. I think what we have worked just fine. It's just whatever. Do your thing. Nice considers 24/7 stock trading to match crypto markets. Another thing, you make a fucking young artist NFT trading platform. Don't you think that old experienced fucking scammers are gonna target that? Like, what the fuck? Whatever. Bitcoin's post-halving demand could surpass supply by 5 times. That's pretty damn impressive. Gate.io lists new runes tokens driving up Bitcoin network fees. That's the problem. But again, null and void when you think security, length, and store value, how long, all of that kind of stuff. ApeCoin faces challenges despite recovery efforts. No, not a shock there. Analysts predict Bitcoin could reach $169,500 by the end of 2024. That's pretty nutty. Stacks initiates Nakamoto upgrade for enhanced Bitcoin layer 2 transactions. CeeLo developers decide to migrate to Ethereum's OP stack. All right, don't know what any of that stuff means, but the bottom one where they're enhanced Bitcoin layer 2 transactions, it is shaping up, man. Like Bitcoin is going to take the market share. It's going, I don't know. Maybe it takes the market share if it hasn't already. Where's it at? Bitcoin. It's not there yet, but it's looking pretty wild right here. More than everybody here. So it is taking all of this lately. Nothing here. It's been dominating, except for like we had this in early January. Pretty even here with Ethereum. It's pretty fucking even race right here. We'll see how things turn out. Bitcoin probably could have the advantage. Just it's probably got what it takes. So we'll keep our eyes on that. That's pretty impressive though. Not surprised. Not at all. Yeah, I don't care about that. That's stupid. Nice considering 24/7 stock trending to match. Oh, I like this. This is interesting. All right, so I like traditional stock trading and options and all of that. That shit's that I don't know. It's a lot of fun for me. The NICE is considering 24/7 stock trading to match the crypto market, surveying market participants to assess the feasibility and implications. The move is seen as a response to the nonstop trading in the crypto sector. Mixed reactions from investors highlight uncertainties and potential benefits of continuous stock trading. This shift could disrupt traditional stock norms, reflecting the growing influence of crypto on legacy markets. That's fucking insanity, yo. They could do that. That's awesome. That really, I guess, would really kind of fucking fuck up the dark pools and all of that aftermarket kind of stuff. So that'd be interesting to see what happens. And then we'll look at this Bitcoin performance pre and post halving. Bitfinex analysts project that Bitcoin's post halving demand could surpass supply by 5 times, with the new BTC supply decreasing to 30 million per day. Since the mining reward halving, daily coin issuance has dropped to 450 BC, down from the pre-halving average of 900 BTC. The decrease in supply coincides with a steady demand from spot-based ETFs averaging over 150 million daily. Additionally, investors are increasingly opting for direct custody of their coins, further tightening the supply side. Bitcoin's price stood at 66,666, whatever, That's too many sixes there. I don't like that number. Press shut this time by, whatever. So basically, fucking bullish as shit. Everything looks pretty goddamn good. This is the other point. All right, you know what? You guys do your own research. You know how to get the Substack shit and read the stuff. I'm not gonna do it all for you. But let's take a look at some of these prices real quick, and we'll start moving around the market and see what we got. Sweet. All right, we got pups on the chart here. Market cap right now. Let me do the refresh of this one real quick, and we'll dive in. What's this say? $3D chess move. You buy it with bad debt and you can't afford it. Stonkers, you're nuts, dude. Let's see. All right, my bad. I was looking at something else. All right, so it's reset. We have 79.3 million on the market cap for pubs. It's down to $37.18, and there's 24,471 holders. This is holding the support pretty well here. Don't like seeing it keep dipping down. It isn't a downward trend, but you are finding a bounce here. These are lower lows. Not a good sign, but you know, if it can hold this line right there, you're going to be looking pretty good. It's not dipping too low. It has that flash, and then it's recovered. So zooming in, you can see that this went down all the way damn near $30. Excuse me. And yeah, it did hit $30, but it has recovered. The last 2 hours, or the last hour, it's up 14%. So a lot of people went in and started buying. You can see, you know, whatever. If you're watching that kind of shit, do your thing. But for me, I'm still buying. Probably would be a good time to add to the collection right now. Pups are able to bridge indefinitely over to runes. This is my exposure. I'm just running it up on here as they go down in price, because it's just, if everything is supposed to play out the way that we're seeing and the way it's starting to shape up, having exposure to a very popular runes on Solana that has a bridge or a straight bridge to it, and definitely seems to be like a good play. You're saving on the fees, I guess, until you get to the bridge. I really don't know how that's going to work, but we'll see what happens when we get there. But I'm bullish as fuck on pups. A lot of people in the space that I know that have made significant amount of money are also bullish on pups. So I follow the smart money. I follow where people are, you know, parking that cash. So let's see what this does. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that one. Let's go up to the top of these here. We'll start with here. It looks like everything's kind of like pulling back a little bit. We had Sol kind of moving back and forth between 150 something to 150 something else. We'll see where we end up at the end of this week, but overall, let's see, Kira down to 13 cents right now. Not bad at all. It's like opportunity to buy. I mean, you're bouncing off of this line here. It's trading in a channel. Nothing crazy going on here. It's down halfway. You're going to see a little choppiness. Figure it out where you want to get in. 5.2 million on the market cap, 2,400 holders on here. Things are pretty good with Kira. Frogs are fucking. I think the floor price is up. We're gonna take a look at that later, but let's go ahead and take a look at Myra real quick, and I'll try to keep up with these tabs, but shit happens. Myra up to 17 cents. We were down to 10 cents when we were talking about this. That was a nice opportunity to get back in. That would be like a 70% play or something like that right now if you were able to get in and run that up. But again, we're talking about this all the way down to 3 cents or 4 cents or something like that at 50 million market cap. Right now we're at 173.8 million market cap, 49,561 holders. Myra is still doing good. Again, I said something about there was some influencers that got hired to work with them, and I kind of just move away from those projects. I don't want to get dumped on by these people that have huge followings and a lot more money than I have. I'd rather get dumped on by people that are just playing fair and fucking each other over left and right. That seems to be like the place that makes the most sense. You have a fair chance there. When I see a coin that is doing just fine without people like that, I see there's a problem inside where they're like, we need more because what we're doing is not working. Well, when you hire people for entertainment, you're just entertaining people. You're not bringing value to the coin. I'll leave it there. I do not hold Myro at this point, but I do have JLP. I'll just put a little bit into it when I make a little bit of profit, so I let that run. I don't have a problem with Myro, by the way. If that's your bag, you probably are going to make money. I just don't want to be part of it. There's other coins for me to buy. This is my point. I don't care to do that. Yeah, it is what it is. The timeline talks, pimpin'. Timeline talks. People know shit. People been around here. They see shit, and some people want to see you win. Some people don't, and it's pretty evident. At least to me. I mean, if you can't see that, then fuck. Just give me your seed phrase. But JLP is at $2.61. We're at a market cap of 274 million, and we got 35,168 holders on here. This is the best coin I've seen in here as far as consistency. It shows up every day, it goes sideways, and it recovers a little bit. Like I said, we got a target of $2.80 right here. We've hit every target we've came out with, so I don't expect this to fall off of that trend, because if you look at this, go 6 months back, the trend is your friend, right? So I would suspect that you would like this coin. Only time you see this go sideways is when the market sucks, but when the market's doing all right, it recovers pretty nicely. So do what you got to do. Save some of your cash. You make a nice fucking gain. Park that bitch in JLP. You're likely to make more than you do just sitting there, and there's less volatility than Solana, and there's more growth than any stable coin. So whatever you got to do, there's the info. Let's take a quick look at Bonk, see how we're doing over here. All right, so I always talk about PopCat. I don't know if they're just shilling their bags or if they're legit, but we'll take a look at that too. Right now we got Bonk on the screen. God, water is so good sometimes. 2 million or 2 billion on the market cap. 706,259 holders. You've seen some selling off. You've seen some recovery. This big ass U right here, that looks pretty good. I'm not gonna lie, like to sustain that, come up and hold here, right in line over here, bouncing off of that top. That bottom is that top, bottom, and then we got all of this together. So that looks good in my opinion. I like it. I even like it for an entry. This would have been better because, like I was telling you guys, that's a breakout point right there. That's where it was finding support here. Boom. So if you see other charts that have a similar thing like that, like we just saw, it might be an indication like what could be happening soon. You got breakout, might go back down, but likely this is just kind of tightening up to go up. It like just pulls in and explodes on the way up. So you got Bonk on the 2 hours, looking all right, nothing crazy. My theory is this probably gets filled. Just like that theory, just like that theory, just like that theory. I mean, technically it did get filled. I mean, not nicely, but it's there. But yeah, man, Bonk's one of the top of the charts, that and Whiff. But PopCat's been coming up, so people are talking about that. So we are going to take a look there. A lot of buys coming in for Bonk right now, depending on the matter of the size. Just got a lot of buys coming in. It's moving its way up as we speak, so that's good to see. Says we're in the right ballpark, I guess, is where you look at that. Let's take a look at Whiff. A lot of people hating on this because Anson fucked up, lost that fight or something like that. It's kind of funny. I mean, we still got an uptrend. It's not the prettiest. We got this craziness going on here, and let's sell off. Like all of this is just nutty right here. That's crypto for you. But this right here looks good. But you did get a reversal. You did get that happening, so that's cool. Why did that reverse right here? Well, it's because you found support here, and it used it again. It's that simple. You don't like people glorify people that are like, wow, like look at it. But the other thing is, you got a head and shoulders kind of forming. And that could be a downtrend. It could, I don't know. I just see that. There. Like when you zoom out, you look at the whole picture, that form right there. Or this could just be, legging back up for over here. It's hard to tell with this one, honestly. I don't know. I would like for it to come down. I'm not gonna lie to you. But we were calling this one over here in February. So if you didn't get with this, like I can't help you. And I don't know who raised you because it doesn't take a rocket science for this one. I did sell most of my bag off, like in this area. There was no reason not to. I just put that into other shit. All right, moving on. I like WIF though. I mean, I don't think it's in the top market caps. Like you can't deny that. What are we at? 3 billion, 131,104 holders, and you're at $3.21, or 2 cents. Fuck me, $3.02. So yeah, I mean, you were down here, $2.30. You could have had a nice little come up right there if you were smart enough to buy then. But shit. Maybe this. I don't know. This is hard for me to like see it. Because when I look at it that way, that looks a little bit more bullish. Like if you're just using this 30-minute, this goes back to March 1st, basically. So the last 2 months. Yeah, it looks kind of bullish. But when you look at the 2 hour, it can be deceiving. So just take a look here. And if we have any downside, we'll start looking back over here. Maybe that's kind of like the way to look at this. I don't know. I'm not a fucking technical analysis. I don't work for anybody. I'm just looking at shit and drawing lines and stuff like that. But it looks kind of bullish, like from right here. And that reversal, that looks good. Looks like it does want to go back up here. So $5.76 up from $3. That's a $2 increase. Everybody thought that the $4 was nutty, so I'm gonna bet on that. Yeah, but hey, it'll take time. Like we said, we were trying to get Myro at 69 cents on 420. We didn't get that at all. We got the complete opposite of that, to be honest with you. So it is what it is. Should be happening sometime, bro. All right, let's take a look at Slurf. I know we got some Slurf haters in the building. Some people just don't like this coin, and there's a lot of people that do. I can't find it right now. Where's that? Slurf. That's a nice chart, boys. That's a nice fucking chart. So, $10 million was burned. Did you guys see the video? I hope you guys saw the video. I played it yesterday. I'll play it again today. But yeah, that shit is sick. All AI pretty much done, and the voiceover is a great story. The lore, everything about Slurf is great. You know what? Let's see if we can get that shit made today. I know I was talking about it the other day, but if I can get that store opened up, I'll make that shirt, and we'll go from there. And get the tickets ordered today. But Slurf is at 47 cents, almost 48 cents right there. It's 239 million on the market cap, 62,652 holders. Nice nice, perfect setup, reversal, W on the chart, and working its way back up. It's blasting through all of this resistance. It looks like it's broke through that, so we're stuck here. But that looks very bullish. This is probably this is one of my biggest positions at this point. It's one of my best performing positions at this point because I've been able to just dollar cost average all the fucking way down here, and it's been very nice. So I like to see that. And what else? I mean, the community's tight. They're doing the NFTs. Pre-salers are getting their shit. Like, everything's working the way it's supposed to, from the hard work and like dedication to this community and this team, and it's pretty fucking sick to see it, man. I'm pumped. Like, every day there's a space and people are getting into it. It's only a matter of time for more people start to see it. Yo, that nap thing came back. Remember that fucking pre-sale bullshit or whatever that was? That was pretty bad. We got wrecked on that one. Yeah, Slurs looks good, man. I like to see it. I like what we got going on there. All right, let's take a look down here. And we got some other coins. Some of these aren't doing so hot. No, let's go look at that one. This was at like 6 cents. It like broke out here, so this is probably a good play to be in. I'm gonna copy the edge. I know I got some in it right now, but this is probably gonna be a runner for, I don't know, for whatever reason. It's got that feel to it. I've been talking about this one along the bottom. You got a W forming right there. When the market turns around, this could be one of those that just kind of takes off. Pretty sure I got an airdrop of this one, and all right, cool. I doubled on that one, and then I ran it up, sold the top, came back down, brought this, sold there. I think I sold small loss, but like such a win on the beginning, I was like, all right, I'm just getting out and saving my bread. But this is probably going to do pretty well. It looks like a nice setup. I would absolutely be considering a trade for this one, and even positioning yourself for a longer hold. Looks good, man. Like, they're partnered with Asset Dash for the meme flow. You guys don't know what that is. I need to show you that. So we'll talk more about that. We talked about it a few times. We got 73 million on the market cap here, 21,938 holders here. Things are looking pretty damn good for Nub. Nice setup here. The thing is, you might get this cup and handle. Like, you might get this cup, maybe a leg down, and then rock it up here. So don't get shaken out here. Just buy more. Not financial advice. Just don't get shaken out. Don't be a bitch. Diamond hand this motherfucker, and you make that money. Or be a bitch. I don't care. Personally, I'm just telling you how I feel about it. And never mind. All right, so Nub looks good. What else we got on here? Turt. I still want to see this one perform. %5 in the last 4 hours, down 2% in the day. So you're going a little sideways. This is a good position to be in when you're looking to establish a position in a project. Do what you want with this one. I know Dean's working on getting the game together with this one, and they got a lot of things down the pipeline. They've been building. They got spaces. They got memes. They got a 40 deep team. They're really out here to make it. So don't fade them. Put 0.1 on it and just hold on to it until, whenever. If it goes up fucking 100x from here, that 0.1's great. But you can average into your position as long as you got it. You can track it. It's easier. Put it on your wallet. Whatever you got to do, man. Like, find your convictions, find the stuff that you think is going to perform well, and like, pay attention to that. As I realized I got Nub up still, we're gonna just transfer over to Mew. Do I have Mew up here still? Mew. All right, Mew looks a little weird, but this looks pretty good there. Mew probably is going to do pretty damn good in the long run. I don't know much about the coin other than it's a cat in a dog's world. It seems like the dogs are the bangers. Cats are trying to make their name this thing. Like if you just look at the whole thesis, that's where we're at with that one. Play that as you may. I mean, excuse me. If you have a longer term vision on these things, like just kind of look at that. The play we looked at yesterday, what was it called? Conan. That had a nice little bit of a run on there. If you didn't get out on time, that was not the plan. That wasn't supposed, like, it was something for you guys to look at, but I followed that and I traded that for a little bit throughout the day, and I sold for a profit, and then I tried to get back in like an idiot, and I took a little bit of L. But it was fun last night. I ended up getting into a pump of whatever that fucking retarded hair dude. Looks like roadkill in his head. Thread guy. There was a not the thread guy Kia. Some dumbass coin that Patty Ice or whatever made on Pump Fund. So I played that, made a little bit of a come up on that one. But yeah, I couldn't think of the guy's name. Thread guy, that's him. I always think it looks like roadkill, like a fucking squirrel that ran over and plastered on his head. That's probably fucked up, but whatever. I don't care. Fucking come at me. That's a funny, serious question. If you could choose to have your NFT on ETH or Solana, which one would you choose? Why? I responded to Frank and I said Cardano. I just fucking troll it. Anyway, back to Mew. This just coin just has this fucking mystique about it for me. I don't know much about it. Showed up my wallet, made a lot of money on it, throw it back away, and it's come back since. So it looks like it wants to make another run. Like I feel like all these coins are kind of preparing for new all-time highs. So getting you established with like grab 10 coins, put fucking 0.2, 3, or 0.5, or I don't know, spread it out. Just let them run. See what happens. Like that's it. If you're gonna gamble on pre-sales, if you're gonna gamble on a fucking potential airdrop, why wouldn't you gamble on coins that have shown a history of pumping and they've shown a history of volume and higher market caps? If you have stuff that it has established that, like, you have something to base your trade off of, not just everybody buying your shit, yo, like, let's go over here. You're gonna fade generational wealth. Like, you're also gonna fade the easy play that's in your back pocket because you needed to go get that new play that all your boys already are in and trying to get you to buy. Like, shout out to them fucking hustling, but you're not going to catch me buying something like that. I'm going to find the easy stuff. These are layups. I mean, if you make the argument that, well, you're not going to hit the same kind of returns. Okay. You don't know yours will. I know that we've been here. That's just my only argument there. Like, I know that this is a nice position to be in. It's showing support. It's showing that it wants to break out. We need a breakthrough there. That hits a cup and handle situation. Typically, this shows us that we go to the next level. What does that do? It makes a bigger cup and handle. We have also a W that will probably form. This has that cup and handle situation. So that typically sets you up for it. Just builds up for that breakout. The other stuff, whatever. This is what I like. This is, again, specialize in what you like and then do your thing. Stay in your lane. Look over there. Very nice. I'll come see you at one point. But right now, this is where we're at. And one thing I want to say, we'll go back to Turk. This is kind of fun. People forget, and I posted this last night, that the turtle won the race. You could like run your portfolio all the way up, Pippin. Fast money don't last. I promise you. I've seen it in the fucking street. I've seen it in Wall Street. I've seen that shit in fucking financial avenues everywhere. You read it daily. You hear it in songs. It's not for fucking a gimmick. It's for real. If you make shit fast, you are more than likely going to lose it just as fast, if not faster. If you take your time and you build stuff, foundation, you respect it, you know the value, you want to see it grow, you want to see it continuously stay there. You don't risk it. You don't. I mean, you have to take risk, but like, trust me. Just think about that. The turtle won the race, not the rabbit. You can get up, but just slow your race down. Find your pace. Find your position. Find your people. Find your community. They should be telling you that. They should not be like, yo, buy into this. They should be like, yo, there'll be another opportunity. Like if you ask me, and like Trey's somebody that Trey, that he does a bunch of spaces and writing and stuff like that. He'll message me, what do you think of this? What do you think of this? And I'll say, I think you need to just sit on your money. Like just chill. Like wait, take it, look at it in another fucking hour or two, or look at it tomorrow. Do you still feel the same way? Do you still want to buy it? Is that price where it was before? For me, if I see something I like and I'm like, oh man, I really want to get into that, I just put 1.1 in there and I try to go back unless I see the momentum and everything's kind of working. Like that's usually a different story. But the stuff that we're seeing here, if it catches my eye and I'm like, I'll throw 0.1 or 0.05 on it just to have like a little, like just grab onto it so I can watch the P&L on that position. Because imagine if I would have put 10 SOL on that one, or imagine if I would have put 1 SOL. Like I can just see where I would have been. And if my timing was off and I was just feeding into what the chart was showing me, and I wasn't looking at what was actually, the zoom out situation there, I have way more of an opportunity to adjust. So like, let's say you put 0.1 on it, go to sleep on it, go wake up down 70%. You could put 0.4 on there and you're back in the game like nothing. You know what I mean? But if you fucking put 0.4 on there, you wake up in the morning, you only got 0.1, you're just like, oh fuck, and your whole day sucks at that point because you didn't think about it. And I don't know. That's just like a way to kind of look at this. I know a lot of people can agree with me, and they're not going to admit it because like nobody wants to admit that they take L's. But like, gotta think about boxing, bro. Like, gotta think about fighting and sports in general. Like, you can have an entire season doing great and lose a championship, and like you have the L. Like that's what people remember, But it's like, you can't get mad at them. You got to look at them like, why did I lose? What did I lose because of? What didn't I do? Did I not practice? Like, there's a reason or there's something. I mean, it's also team effort when it comes down to that shit. But it's like, look at your community as your team. It was your community supporting you and helping you and growing and all of that. Are you in the right community? Like, that's a big part too. And be willing to fucking step back and be like, yo, I need to go figure out what I want to do. Like, all of this shit is just, I'm following what you guys doing because it's influencing me. And like, that's what happens when you're in these GCs and these chats. Like, you don't think rationally. You're like, oh shit, everybody's in here. This guy hit a 60x. He went up 50 SOL. Like, I also don't know what they got in their bank account. I don't know how much they lost that day. I don't know how much they lost last week. I don't know if fucking mom or dad's feeding them. I don't know if they're like some trust fund motherfuckers. And yo, I'm not hating. All fortune is fucking welcome. Like, if your parents set you up to have a ballin' ass lifestyle, mad respect to them, because I wish I could do that if I have a family. These motherfuckers hating like, oh, you just get this fed. Like, shut up, bitch. Like, you're just mad you don't got it. Like, shut the fuck up. Unless they're a fucking idiot, then fuck them. If they're they're not humble and they know they got it, well, you're a fucking jackass. Humility will come to you. But that's my TED talk. We'll get back to the chart talk. Fuck me. But yeah, this is kind of bouncing along the bottom. Again, turtle won the race, not the rabbit. Do that what you need to with that. Tensor's back up a little bit here. Let's see, we have Tensor on this thing anymore. No, we don't. Whatever. We don't need Tensor up there right now. Boom, 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 boom. That looks good though. I mean, it looks like it's coming back for where it left off. But I mean, sheesh, these guys got dropped. I mean, I sold at 69 cents. Where are we at? Was this 69? No, that was Sharky. Where did I sell this one at? I don't know. Early, not down here. I made like $700 or $800 off of it, so something like that, maybe. Either way, I mean, you could buy them back here and hopefully get your money back here. But yeah, this is Tensor took a dip, man. Anyway, Retardio looks pretty good. I was buying into this. I got a lot of the Retardio. The whole fucking Retardio world order, that shit's so dumb and it's so good at the same time. If you don't see this as a bullish chart, like, you're really not, I don't know, you're missing something. I'm pretty bullish on Retardio everything. I don't know if I see something else that maybe see the community, like, they're there to make fucking bread and like have a good time. Look, I'm looking at the Telegram right now. I'm dead. He's been on some shit lately. Been sending for him. about to have a space, I guess. But if you guys are not exposed to Retardio or anything, I would take a look at it. It's a reason they're showing up. Crushing it with what's that shit called? The ordinals. The Rune Milio or whatever it was. I'm pretty salty about that. I think I had my Retardio in a different wallet and I forgot which wallet it was in. So when I went to go mint, well, I wasn't able to mint. I was like, fuck. And then after the fact, that kind of dawned on me. But those things are like 0.005 or something like that. It was some stupid cheap ass fucking mint, and they ran up and they're still running up. But it ain't gonna catch me chasing that shit, man. Like I've done that so much in this space that I just refuse to do that. There are other positions to add to and let them play out, man. Like I'd rather be right than wrong big. You know what I mean? Like I'd rather take it a long time to be right than like a lot of quick wrongs, because that shit does not make you feel like you want to be here for real. So look, let me just show you, man. Like this shit, my cousins understand this because they're all Retardio. If you don't know, you better get to know. I don't know. Yeah. That. Remilio World Order, motherfucker. Did y'all get it? Oof. Data in Rome is absolute shit. The chart doesn't load, but I do remember Hunter Soul looked like a great spot to get a ladder. If you're looking to get leverage exposure to Soul, you potentially get airdrops. In the meantime, get one if you can. You won't regret it. Lance on top. Seabass repping the Mad Lads. What the fuck? I guess we can just switch over there. No, I got a couple other ones to look at. My bad. I'm just getting distracted. All right, so we have Book and Meme, Fuck ETH. Take a look at those ones. Pups is down to $37. They were down a little bit lower. Maybe it's higher now. I forget. I haven't seen it in, I don't know, an hour. $38.65. But they were up in the 50s. They're down quite a bit. 82.7 million on the market cap, 24,473. These are these are the ones that bridge over to runes. So if you're looking to get exposure through Solana to get to runes, this is the way to go. In my opinion, this is definitely a point where I would be averaging into my position. I bought in a little bit higher, probably right in this area is my average. I've got a couple different bags of that, so actually I don't know where my average would be. I'd have to add all of them up and divide that and do the math, but overall, my point is just to accumulate, and I just see that they're bouncing on this support right there. I talked about this earlier. They keep finding this right here, so likely, and I'd like to see them come back up, but I don't know. That's the resistance, broke through it, bouncing. If we go back underneath like this again, maybe we use that as resistance, but right now we're just waiting for pups to pop back up to the upside. It's only a matter of time. Again, this is one of those situations. Remember who won the race. You know, don't be in a rush. Let it play itself out. You know, it's only been a few days. If you look at it right here from this all-time high, that's the 12th or 13th or whatever. I mean, let's just go with this for 100. Let's find $100. So for this to be at $100, it was at on the 13th or so. A couple different times, it's basically hit almost 100, and that was only 1, 2, 3, 4. What is it, 13th? So 10 days ago. So give it time. I know this market moves fast, but like if it's doing this, just let it do its thing, and patience pays. And I think this is one of those good examples of that. So other than that, we'll take a look at Ponky. This one's super popular and worth noting. Final support here. I was worried that it might crash down here, and it looked like it just reversed. Came selling off right here, came back down, sold off again. So right here seems to be a pretty strong point because it bounced a few times over here. That's where the tops are right there. After that cup or that gap got filled right here, that's where it broke out, and it's sitting on top of that table kind of thing. So we'll see what happens here. I would like for it to come back down even halfway, like this point, so like 12 cents, 10 to 12 cents. If we can get 10 to 13 cents would be a good area to try to start making some strikes. And even if it goes down, that's even better. But, you know, start looking around that area. That's the strongest levels of support from what I can see. From here on up, after that, that's where it's just it could be a free fall down to the bottom. But right now, I mean, not free fall, but like it could just sell off down to another resistance point, like right there. But that would have to take some time because we're at 16 cents. That's only about a 50% cut, though. So we got to think about that. Don't get too advantageous jumping in these positions, because if they people decide to sell off and go into another play, or if they like, hey, I'm going into fucking runes, like they might sell a whole clip and go into that. That's their own money. I try to tell people use etiquette when you're trading and selling shit like that. You can do whatever you want to, though, because it's your money at the beginning of the day and at the end of each day, and nobody's like sending you money. So like, don't worry about it too much. Just know that karma is a thing. You gotta worry about that, but that's your decision. You figure that out for yourself, whatever works. And if you can sleep at night and just fucking dump on everybody, do it. Who cares? I personally don't care. It's not my problem. I think everybody should trade how they want to trade, and whatever comes with it, comes with it. Right? Pretty fair. Some people might not like you and shit like that, but like I just tell people like that, just fucking let go of your ego and like, or don't. Again, that's you. Do what you want to do. But like I said, the reason I'm even suggesting that it could come back down here is this line all the way across here. This broke out, did the same thing. I could see this coming down to this area, 10 cents. If not, we don't have much support. Maybe right here, but like I said, after it gets below there, it's pretty much back down to this area. See what happens though. Ponky, like I said, it's got a lot of popularity. It has a bunch of these little like waves. Wrong way. If I zoom out just a little bit more, you'll see like there's pumps all the way through here, but every one of them comes back down to these lines. So don't be surprised if you get a retracement like that. And if you do, just be ready for it. Every single time it's done it. So if it breaks a narrative, great. If it doesn't, well, you won't be surprised. See head and shoulders, see head and shoulders, see head and shoulders, like potential coming back. I don't see any difference there, but I don't know. So, weird chart. Weird fucking chart. Say that much. Bonkers, Lucifer. Hold on a second. I'm reading something. There's a Rune Milio token? That's interesting. Let's go look at this chart, because it's 274,000. If it's Rune Milio, and if it's with those guys, there's anything that happen here. And I'm here for it, to be honest with you. It's not the official token, so if you guys are looking at it, be very careful with this one. Yeah, there's so many similar tokens right now, but sorry, I'm just reading the charts in here, guys. That's why you gotta get into the Telegram so they can let you guys know what that shit. But do what you need to do with that kind of shit, bro. But yeah, those are all the tokens. This is probably a gamble to be in, but hey, that's what we do here. I put one in just to see if it's gonna happen. It's down already. But But again, guys, that's why you go in light with these things. Don't fucking be crazy. And if you are crazy, then have fun with it. Seriously. But give me a second. We're going to switch over and take a look at some of the NFTs and go down that route. I think I closed this. What the hell is this shit? 5 hours. So what do we got? A bunch of free mints. It's going to be the free mint meta. Is that what's coming back around now? This will be fun. All right. Let's take a look at these here. Probably put it back into crypto for you nerds. Average into that Vermilio play a little bit more because I'm a degen. All right, Mad Lads, 93.4. You got Sharpio AI, new AI tools down 2%, 63 SOL. The Gentleman Club node, 55 SOL. SMB Gen 2 at 38.99. Let's see what else we got over here. Things are looking good on that play. We have DY Cats, Alpha Garden, and Soul. I don't know what the fuck any of this shit is. So basically, every tool is going to be high in volume because people are just buying tools at this point. Tensorians are down to 14. I told you these are probably going to single digits from what I was reading, which is kind of insane. But that's the name of the game here is, trash everything of value and keep it moving. So we got Trash Can at 13 SOL, moving on up. Great to see it. Namaste, down to 12.74. Let's see, Portals doing their thing. They had a little bit of a bounce. I saw some news from something they were releasing. Degenerate Apes down to 11.84. Looks like they were just getting washed, traded to the high heavens. Retardio Cousins up to 9.5. I told you these guys were fucking retarded, and we fucked. So let's go. Flash Trade is doing their thing. Cyber Frogs 8.09. Let's just go take a look at them. I can't wait for the art upgrade with these guys, but until that comes, we'll just be hanging out, doing a damn thing. So the floor is 8.69. Looks like there is 3% listed. You only have 239 available. You guys, look, man, I'm telling you, if these D-Gods come through, these things are probably going to go too. I'm just saying. And that's another thing I should look at. What do you think about D-Gods? Should we, are we bullish on them coming back to Solana or bearish? Personally, I don't care. Just put that out there. I really care less. Like, you guys want to come back, so great. All it is to me is like, if you care so much, why? 1, and then 2, does it affect you? 3, Zero Monkey Business is at 6.87. Thought I'd throw that out there. It's like, imagine having a friend, right? Let's just think about this. No, not that one. Go here. So imagine having a friend. You hang out with them all the time. You go to the same school together. Sometimes you guys hang out at recess. You go to parties, whatever. Like, it's your boy. But you guys, like the same team growing up. Well, there's another team, and your team's in a slump. They're not doing too well. Well, your friend decides to go over to the other school, and he wants to support the other team, and he kind of just leaves you and says, "Everybody come with me." It doesn't really, it's fucked up. Everybody that sees it, like, yo, that was your friend, dude. Like, why'd you leave your boy? Like, like you just dissed your whole crew. Like, you're just gonna roll out on everybody. They helped you, like, come up. They supported you. That's where you started. Those are your origins. So that's what it looks like from the outside. And then the friend is like, fuck that dude. I'm never gonna trust him again. Like, we grew up together. You just bailed on me because there was something cooler, right? All right. So that's one. not to talk about details, anything. We're not going to talk about Polygon, not going to talk about Utes, not going to talk about anything else. We're just going to talk about that friend. So then that friend is over there and shit isn't looking too good. The grass is not fucking greener. No, it's not what they thought. They are not the top dog. They really are getting shitted on, and kind of the same sentiment from the other school is starting to prevail at the new school. Not a good look. And on top of that, the other school, well, they got a few more players for their football team. They got a bump in their test scores. Everything went up. They got new fucking cafeteria. They got everything. Some of the people graduated, and I don't know. Overall, the school it's the school to go to. Well, now our friend wants to come back and be friends with us and say that he made a mistake, and he wants us to accept that, hey, sometimes you just make mistakes in life, but we'll be back. We're here for you guys. We want to support. This is where we were. Well, you've been gone for so long and weren't here when it was the worst of the worst. And now that you want to come back because things are nice, it's just kind of like, all right, you're welcome back, bro, but like, fuck off. Straight up, like, fuck off. Go do what you got to do. You're welcome. Everybody's welcome, but fuck off that way, with like all the way that way. We've been here, and like, you bailed. So you could have been through the struggle, or you could fucking swim with the cool kids. But now look at you. Like, I know there's going to be advocates that are like, oh, no. But like, you also are probably friends with them, or you also probably have some kind of inclusion with them. And if you'd say, no, that's not it, well, you're a fucking liar. Probably. But there's no reason that I would support or respect somebody like that off of just basis. You can take the money and the NFTs away. Like, bro, you turned your back on your squad, your people, what you developed and came up with for your own better and good and what you thought was good. And like, you've had so many constant mistakes and errors and delays. And it's like, how many fucking chances are people going to give you until they're just sick of your shit? You know what I mean? That, like, I wanted a D-God, and like, I almost bought it on Ethereum, but as soon as I saw that, like, oh, you come back to ETH, like, you're a fucking lame, dog. Like, that is so dumb. Stay where you're at and fucking build there. Like, trust me, it's not easy when nobody gives a shit, but it makes your character look good, and it looks good for everybody else. If I was to like stop, only come back and make content when like you guys were here, or when like it was like a popular trending topic, not just because I like doing this shit, you guys would be like, this guy's a fucking like grifter. He's only here for this shit. Like, there's times when none of you guys show up, and I'm still doing my thing because I'm fucking here. I decided to be here, and I'm not gonna just leave. So when I look at it that way, like, I treat people the same way I would face to face as through this fucking screen, because a lot of you guys talk about meeting face to face and you want to do this shit in these NFT events, but just remember all these fucking people, like, they turned your back on you, whether you like it or not. And they can say that they did this or that or another thing. I don't own anything, so I don't have any skin in the game. It's not a biased opinion. I don't give a flying fuck, but it's just like the people that supported that thing, and it's like, oh, we're just gonna go here, it's gonna go here. Like, you guys are sheep, bro. Like, you should have fucking taken your profits at your point and found something that you believed in, specialized, and stuck your ground. If you pivot, great. But like, going back and forth, that's flip-flopping, my guy. And like, we learned this at a young age. At least people that were raised right. You don't fucking go back and forth. You don't flip-flop. You don't be a fair weather fucking supporter. You don't do that shit, because it doesn't, you don't have any character. You have no depth. Like, you can't say, I started here, I stayed here. You can say, I moved here, we tried here, I tried here. Oops, we fucked up, we tried some shit. Like, who do you think wants to put money in your company at that point? Why would I? Oh, you cook? Great. I've seen other people cook. Look at the Retardios, bro. They are cooking. They got an exciting crowd. People are excited to wake up and just have fun and laugh. I don't know anybody waking up to have fun and laugh about a project or a company. I'm going to call you a fucking... Actually, that's the best name for the D-Gods, is a project. You still haven't figured out what the fuck you want to do. You've made money. You've had opportunity. You've had everything it could be to be a company and with a fucking foundation. But you become a project that can't figure out and can't get their footing. No matter how much attention you got, that is not quantified in success, because you don't have a footing anywhere. You are not grounded. And I understand that there's problems. I don't know the details, and I don't care to. I can just go off of the thing is, you have something for us to buy, and we're looking at management and how things are run. That's not a place I'd apply to. It's not something I want to buy, represent. I want to hang out with the people in the community because we've have mutual relations, but like it's taken everything away from me to be like, damn, that was such a cool thing for so long. It'd be great to get some of it. Now it's like, all right, the price is going to come down where everybody that wanted to get into it can. And it's like, well, a lot of the core shit's gone. There's no standard. There's no stability. There's no foundational thing. Like you can say this is the most hoard around thing. Like you've been with everybody on the block, my guy. What are you doing? But anyway, that's my take on the whole DeGod thing with the Solana. I don't care. I don't think it matters for Solana anymore. I think you've fucked up so much that it just doesn't really matter. And it's sad to see because it was such a good, cool thing. But that's how it goes sometimes. But, best of luck. If you're still supporting them, like, I'm not hating on you. It's just, I don't like the New York Giants. I don't care if you like the New York Giants. I know it. Never mind. I'm just kidding. Football, you can't do football on that. I'm an Eagles fan. So, like, I know people like the Cowboys. I can't. Whoa, this thing's fucking this. All right, let's just change topic. This is way cooler. Dun, dun, dun. That's that. I'm calling it. I see the new fluorescent. We see the broccoli support. This is ridiculous. Anyway, that's pretty much the story with NFTs, guys. Like, you got people just not sure where they're at. You got OK Bears at 3.8, but Dog is at 3.7. Like, what is going on with everything? Like SMB. If you had 4 sold, you have your pick from the Geo Bodens. You got OK Bears. You got Bodogos, SMB Gen 3s, like Chads. You can get some of them. Mutanmon, Sharky, Exile DeGods. Holy shit. 3 sold? Damn. 2.5 really. So, man, it's looking pretty bleak over here for fucking the Solana NFTs, dude. I'm not gonna lie. But I don't know, guys. That's pretty much everything I want to cover with that. It's nothing too exciting with it. The timeline, I'm going to go ahead back over here and take a look at the bookmarks, see if we got anything that we want to take a look at. If there's anybody that wants to come up and be part of the conversation, I'm probably going to cut this one shorter just because got some other shit I want to get done. Perfect. All right, this one's pretty dope, and I want to go over this because I was going to redraw this and make it like the commandments for this market. 10 rules to make life easier this cycle. Allocate over 50% of your portfolio to majors and do not touch that shit. Create an exit plan for every asset you purchase. So 2 things I want to touch on right there. Make sure you're using the percent, like your portfolio, to its advantage. Have pillars, have it like situated so you have like a certain amount that you can lose on meme coins and you're not too worried about that, even though it still sucks to lose. But just like have that set up. Like say like, hey, I only am going to give myself $5,000 this entire run to work with. That's absolutely too much to start with, just to be honest with you, in my opinion, unless you're just a crazy motherfucker. And I like that. I support that if you're a crazy motherfucker. So go with it. We'll just stay at 5,000. If you got 5,000 to gamble with and invest into meme coins and shit like that, don't do it all in one shot. And again, unless you're crazy, but make sure you have an exit plan. Like if it's $5,000, like are you turning that into 25 and then you're taking it back to stable and then figuring out where you're at? That's absolutely fine. People that don't do that and say that you shouldn't do that, I don't know why. I guess they say because you have more upside. Well, great, cool. Go get your upside. I got 25 grand. 25 grand large, just sitting right here, just sitting in my pocket. And it has no fluctuation except for the inflation part, but that's null and void. That's not what we're talking about. But yeah, exit plan and have a strategy set up before you even purchase. Practice good OPSEC and risk management. Have multiple wallets hot and cold and multiple crypto on and off ramps. That's pretty self-explanatory. Have ledger, have cold wallet, have hot wallet, have yourself spread out, all of that kind of stuff. Don't specialize, or don't do everything. Specialize. This is the most important one for me, and kind of the driving point of this whole, I guess, this space. Be very specific. Specialize in what you want to do. You don't need to be a jack of all trades. You can be the guy that wears many hats, or the guy that wears one hat. There's a quote that goes with that. There's nothing wrong with wearing many different hats and being that guy. But make sure when you're wearing that hat, you're wearing that hat the best you can. It just really makes sense. Always check the Twitter, Discord prior to clicking links. So if you see something from like Bored Ape Yacht Club or Bored Ape Solana Club or whatever the fuck you want to look at, just go to the Discord, see if there's anything relating to that. That could be a telltale sign. Sell 50% of airdrops immediately. That can't be stressed enough. If you get free fucking money, take some free fucking money. Or set it up monthly, weekly, whatever you're doing. I do it weekly. What do I need every week to make sure my shit's taken care of? Boom, I pay myself first. I set that up. I have a percentage that I go into the majors that I don't touch. 10% of whatever you have that week, go back into that. You won't listen, but it's smart. All derivatives go to zero. Say no more. You can't even see this shit. Where am I at? Hold on. I gotta pull this up. Hold on. Oh, there you are. There it is. And then where's this page at? All right. And then don't buy NFT ordinals you don't like. So if you're buying it because everybody else is talking about it because it's running up in price and you don't actually like the thing and you don't want to have it if the price was to go to zero, like, what are you buying it for? How stupid can you be? And track every transaction. I'm not going to say I do that, but it could help. It's in a Google spreadsheet that he says to do that on. All right, guys. That's all we're going to cover today. I don't think there's anything else I needed to talk about today. Main thing was just be specific, be intent. We'll talk about this. I'm actually going to be hanging out with these guys, what's it, tomorrow or today? Tomorrow. It's SEI, I guess. I have nothing on their blockchain. This is all brand new to me, but I'm going to be learning and checking this out and getting myself, some exposure over here or something like that. CJ's a huge supporter of everything I've done. Literally, I see this guy every day. So like, when he asked if I'd want to come, I was like, yes, let's do it. Say made simple. Let's check it out. It's in the name, but now we're going to check it out tomorrow. And if you guys want to hang out, it'd be very cool. That'll be tomorrow at 4:00 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And it's going to be hosted by, what's the name? CJ, and then Yoitz. And then we have me, Star Platinum, and Just Michael. So check it out, guys. This should be a good one. Got a bookmark set up, ready to rock. And I'll see you there. Other than that, that's, like I said, that's everything I have. Let me pull that back up. No, wrong one. But I appreciate your support, guys, for real. And hope you've taken some profits. I know that was a risky play for some people to get in with that runes thing. But sometimes you got to gamble, and your boy's gambling today. I'm up a little bit. I'm not going to lie. I let it go down, and I said, I'll take some more of that. So, hey, sometimes it's fun to be a degen. Sometimes it's painful to be a degen. You just got to figure out what you want to do in this game. And you miss all the shots.